So, this is part two. So, what memories are they now manipulating? It's gonna be something they actually tried before, but it's so crazy how they try to transfer something from somewhere else, and they're trying to make me be scared. Like, oh, poor guy, you're gonna be so tortured because we showed. So, I'm gonna be tortured because I'm a target individual, and I'm gonna be tortured like the way you torture children. And I understand that this be the stupidity that you manipulated into something else. Memories manipulate. They try to make me think um, of remember when I was a kid, like 10 years old, 10, 11 years old, not 10 years old, 10, 9 years old. I remember I played mom and dad with this other kid. We were like, and that was the first moment of like any kind of sexual moment. So we were humping each other and whatever, right? As I'm saying that, they're making noise campaign as if like, oh my gosh, mom and dad. And so as I'm becoming as I'm 13, 14 years old, I remember thinking about it, right? And this is a kid, and thinking about the moments I had sexual moments. I'm sorry to be graphic, but the reason why they're doing this, I'm gonna explain it. And I will think about it, when I was like 13, 14, even 12, and those moments will be moments that, I will try to recreate in my mind in that age group, right? What they're trying to do now is try to transfer this memory and move it to a time when I'm in high school, but this time I'm about to finish high school. Like at that point, I'm 18 years old, in high school. And they try to change it. And I'm sorry to be graphic, but this is how these people try to create this false reality and try to create that moment of me when I'm like in a senior high schooler, and try to make me think of like, oh, even then you were thinking about that. It's not true. What they're doing is transferring that moment when I was alone in my bed when I was 13, 14 years old, and moving that when I was alone in my bed when I'm like 18 years old. And try to make you, oh, you're thinking like that. No, you are making me thinking like that. I know what I was thinking about. Of course, my memory is erased. And unfortunately for them, what I was actually thinking about is something that they don't like. I'm going to call it ARI, Ari. This is not the first name. As a teenager, I experienced a moment with somebody called Ari, who's older than me, much older than me, right? And ever since I've been, after that moment, really, this person, Ari, has been in my mind in a very opposite way of what they're trying to create. I'm going to try to be very, I'm going to try to be very, non-graphic. I'm going to try to keep it PJ. And so these people are trying to obviously erase that moment. This Ari was older than me, and I've been thinking about her a lot when I was like late teen, a lot. And she'll be in my head a lot. And if it wasn't her, I would think about my experience with my, in boarding schools where I was with a few people. So I know what was in my mind. I know what I was thinking. But what they're trying to do is to transfer this moment when I was thinking about me playing mom and dad when I was like 10, 9